I didn't really know what to expect out of this experience. I've never been to Europe before, and I was going with a huge group of people I didn't know, so I didn't know if it was going to be how weird it was going to be for me, but I got really comfortable with the country pretty quickly because everyone's in the same position.
I think everyone comes on a study abroad kind of looking to make friends and kind of experience something that they haven't experienced before.
A year ago I would never be like, oh yeah, like I'm going to Italy, I have no idea who these people are on my trip, and now I can successfully say that I've done that and made relationships with people that I will take away with me forever.
Like, cram as much in as you can. It's a horrible way to put it, but you can sleep on the plane. You're never gonna be back, quote unquote, but do as much as you can. You have such a little amount of time here.
We explored the city the first 2 weeks. We went to new restaurants, tried gelato, went to all the famous places you're supposed to go. Or sometimes you just go out shopping. But there's days you really just want to stay in, research for con.
Being able to live in Rome has kind of changed my perspective on some of the museums and like the monuments that we're able to see all the time, because we kind of take them for granted since we live in the city. But the first time that we went to the Pantheon and the Colosseum and the Trevi Fountain, those were all like beautiful, because those are things that we've grown up like seeing on TV or in movies and stuff, and so to actually like be there in person and see them was really cool, and the views are better than you would see on any of those things, and so to be able to get to that, to experience that and like live in the same city as some of these things is incredible.
I've just never seen anything like this before. The detail is amazing. I don't know, it's just insane.
I really enjoyed seeing the Trevi Fountain at night. It was so much better than any picture and anything I've ever imagined. I'm so thankful that Tom, our instructor, took us to see it.
So I guess when I signed up for this program, I expected to, travel around Italy and learn more about the history and Rome's culture. And I think I got so much more out of it than I was expecting to. I traveled to a lot of different places, met a lot of different people, and I feel like I really just became more independent because, you're in a different country for 6 weeks, so there's a lot of things that you don't think about that come with that, but it's been absolutely amazing.
When people come to Rome, I think people automatically think of the Colosseum because that's probably the biggest monument that they have here. And I was so excited to be able to go to it. It was beautiful in person, and just be able to walk through it and see that that's how stadiums nowadays are made, just based off of that one monument that someone put together hundreds of years ago, is amazing.
My favorite monument is the Colosseum. Kind of surprised myself with that one, but looking back on it, that was my favorite day, just being there and learning so much from Laura and Tom, and it was a good time.
We just got to the Vatican. We're ready to go in. Dying of wait. So excited!
Elena, please explain what you're wearing right now.
I have to be really covered up because we're going to the Vatican. No shoulders or knees exposed.
So far we've seen a lot of sculptures, and it's kind of cool because a lot of the things are the actual original sculptures, where in other museums we've been to, they're the replicas. So right now we're going to go into the Sistine Chapel, and then we're going to go into the actual Vatican and go through the doors, so I'm excited to see what that's like.
The Jubilee is when you walk through the doors, the holy doors of St. Peter Basilica, and all your sins are forgiven.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
How did you feel walking through the doors?
So forgiven.
I'm not Catholic, and I thought that the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel were mainly for those people, but coming here I've learned a lot more, and it's super cool.
Yeah.
We've been studying at AUR, which is the American University of Rome, and it's very different from Michigan State. It's literally 2 buildings, and it's the most beautiful place, and it's really fun because before class and in between classes we all sit in the courtyard and talk and catch up on what we did, because we don't really see each other every day, all day, so it's cool. And it's also really awesome because there are also other students from other schools in the US, so we can communicate with other Americans.
Guys, where are we going?
We're going to Germany to catch our train to Cinque Terre.
What time is it?
It's 5 a.m.
I would rather be sleeping.
We're ready to get McDonald's at the train station.
Yeah, that's honestly what I'm looking forward to. Chicken bites.
Chicken bites. Chicken bites.
So Tom took us to Cinque Terre. We arrived, we went from town to town. We saw everything there's to see. It's super small, really nice and quaint. Then we all went to get some pizza, did some cliff diving, and half of us went on a hike between Vernazza and Monterosso, which are like 2 towns that had amazing views. And then the other half of the program just laid on the beach.
My favorite memory, I think, was the hike in Cinque Terre. It was a very hard, rigorous hike, but it was well worth it, and the viewpoint was amazing. And I had a lot of good bonding moments with the girls on that.
How does it feel to be on top of the world?
So good.
So cool.
Probably my favorite memory was when Tom took us to Cinque Terre for the day. We got this like amazing pesto pizza that was just like so good, and he took us cliff jumping, and the best part was Tom, every time he would jump off the cliff, he'd go, "Hey girls," and just do a starfish every single time, and it was the best. And I had such a good day, and the views were absolutely beautiful, like nothing that even compares to it. Like, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm so thankful for it.
Looking back, one of my favorite trips was the weekend trip that our university planned. We went to Pisa, Florence, and Tuscany. And it was really fun to just spend time with the girls and meet people from other universities that weekend.
going on a guided tour of Florence to see all the historical sites.
Favorite memory of this group was the trip to the Mexican restaurant in Florence. I thought it was amusing that you were expecting good Mexican and it wasn't good, but I also enjoyed having the opportunity to spend time with you guys and get to know you guys a little bit better, and it wound up being not that bad for you after all.
There's like, I forgot what it's called, but it was full cow stomach, baby cow stomach, and it wasn't that bad. It's pretty flavorful.
Today we're at a Tuscan winery and we're learning how to make pasta.
Look at me.
The vineyard was in Trequanda, and it's this quaint little vineyard in the south of Tuscany. And we took a cooking class, and we tasted a couple red wines, and we had a homemade lunch by an Italian woman.
I've waited an entire year to eat this dessert.
Are you crying?
No.
Sometimes it's hard to communicate with people here and back at home since there's little to no Wi-Fi very often, but it's really taught me to absorb everything that's going on around me and make the most of my experiences.
I think some of the challenges that we can face abroad is definitely adjusting to the culture. Like, they don't have dryers here, so doing laundry is a pain in the butt. They don't have air conditioning here, so everything is very hot.
I think the biggest challenges I faced while I was here was just everything is a lot different from home, and it just seems a lot more inconvenient, so it takes a lot to get used to, you know, taking public transportation everywhere you go.
Before coming here, I wish I would have known a little bit more Italian besides ciao, because it really is helpful when ordering food or when asking where to go. It would be nice to know a little bit of that.
Being in a different country has definitely taught me a lot about myself and my ability to get lost and somehow find my way back around and just work with the people around me. Try not to get stressed about being lost and just figure it out, and you'll find your way eventually.
We're on our 12-hour bus ride to Cannes for the festival.
Acho que ele entendeu. Eu gosto que
best parts about this study abroad in particular is the opportunity to be able to go to Cannes, and not just only to visit this gorgeous, glamorous city, but to attend the advertising festival.
12 hours later, we're in France.
What in France? After being asked to be the TA for this program, one of the things I most looked forward to was coming to the Cannes Lions Festival.
Good morning, Cannes!
today's the first day at the Cannes Lion Festival. We're gonna start off by seeing the CEO of Spotify, later Gwyneth Paltrow.
To be able to be a student there, you just are so respected by other professionals because they acknowledge that you're obviously doing hard work in your studies, and it's just so inspirational to listen to them when you just have conversations with them. But not only that, but sitting in the talks with CEOs and chief creative directors of some of the world's largest agencies, to just be able to hear their insight and see their work. It's just so inspiring and motivating to make me want to do the best work that I can.
I learned how to network in a different way from just like talking to people at school or talking to professors. It's completely different than talking to those type of people. And I'm very lucky to be able to say I've gone to Cannes.
Today's our last day at the festival. We've been able to see some amazing advertising companies and PR agencies. Yesterday we were able to see the Saatchi and Saatchi New Directors Showcase, which was awesome, and we saw Channing Tatum.
You were saying Brer Rabbit comes from West Africa, in fact, and because it kind of got ingested into America by the slaves.
My favorite experience was definitely having the opportunity to come to Cannes. I was able to see and meet some of the people and companies I look up to most, like BBDO, Ogilvy and Mather, and I even got to see Channing Tatum, and everything has really inspired me to further my professional career.
Your cohort was amazing, actually. You guys were very independent, kind of embraced the opportunity to explore and immerse yourself in the culture, and you were very well behaved. I appreciated all of that.
It's our last day here. You're sad?
Yeah. At first I was really looking forward to going home. I was like, I'm such a homebody, so like I was like home was always on my mind. But getting close to everybody on this study abroad, like no amount of time would have been enough time to be with all of you guys. So.
The memory of the trip has been just any of the times all of us have gotten together to eat any meal together, whether it's been with the whole group or just with our apartment. No matter where you go, you're gonna get good food, and you're sitting in Rome, whether it be like in a cute little restaurant or on the street somewhere. And it's just the experience. Like, it's not even so much what you're eating, it's who you're eating with, and that is just something that I'll always remember and always will just think about and really miss Rome because of that.
Kind of become a close group of girls that I think we'll all hang out when we get back, which is exciting.
I think going through this program was one of the best decisions I've made at State, because I got to meet a ton of new people, make a ton of new relationships with some girls I had never met before. You got to adjust to a culture that we don't experience at home, and you get to learn in the actual setting, which is just amazing.
Some advice I have would just be to go for it and to do it and not let anything hold you back, because you truly learn so much here and you're presented with so many different opportunities that, I don't know, you should do it when are you going to come back here, and just don't take anything for granted.
I just hope that you learn a little bit more about yourself, or maybe a lot more about yourself. You come to appreciate the differences that exist in the world and develop some kind of ability to manage those things, to meet people on their own terms and try to understand where they're coming from, and gain a little bit of knowledge of how advertising, PR, and promotional strategies work in different cultures.
I advise everyone to do this program. It was probably the best decision I've made so far going to MSU. And being an advertising and public relations major, it really gives you so many opportunities to really get your foot in the door.
I learned in Italy to relax, because Italians like to take things slow, and you know, they don't rush life, and I really learned to relax and take my time and enjoy life and not speed through it.
My advice for people doing this program is to just get the most out of it as you can. I think it's really important to, get what you want out of the program. Other people are going to want to do different things, but I think it's important that, you make sure that you're always doing what you want to do and try new things and, push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and just really try and get the most out of these 6 weeks because they go by so fast.
I'm so happy. I could not imagine doing anything else this summer.
So I have multiple friends that have studied abroad, and they all tell me it's the best experience of your life. You meet lifelong friends, or something to describe it, and you take it and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I could see that, but you don't really understand it until you're here and you meet those people and you have your own experiences, and then there's really no words for it. There really are no words for it. It's just amazing, incredible. I would never have done these things on my own, and this experience, and just every day I can say this was the best day of my life, or every place I go I can say I could live here, and that's not, people go their whole lives not feeling that, and I felt that in a matter of 5 weeks.
Having our professors that we did on our trip was awesome. It's cool to be on a study abroad with a huge group, but also with 2 professors that have been in the advertising industry for so long in public relations, so we were able to learn a lot from them.
Our TA is Peyton. She's awesome. She was on the trip last year, and she's just always knows what to do and where to go. She knows all the good spots, and she's super fun to hang out with.
It's been so helpful to have someone that's been on the program a previous year to be able to tell us all the good restaurants to eat, the buses to take, public transportation. She helps us out with all of these things and just can help us navigate around Rome.
This is an impressive bunch of young pre-professionals that has a very, very bright future. All 25 of you, I expect, will rise to great positions of authority and enjoy great success in whatever path you choose, because you've already demonstrated that you're ambitious and that you're willing to take a chance, and those are 2 things that are important. Those are 2 things that are important for success and differentiate you guys from most of your competition.
I want to thank everyone involved in the trip because it was the best 6 weeks of my life, and everyone just made everything so fun, and also the professors for making class not boring schoolwork.
I'd love to thank my parents for allowing me to do this, to travel by myself, and all of the faculty and staff at MSU, especially those that came on the trip with us.
I'd like to thank Michigan State for having the opportunity to pick out of a million programs and to be able to come here, and for AUR, which is the university that we went through. I definitely want to thank my mom and dad for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be able to come here and study for 6 weeks and experience some amazing things I'll never be able to do again in my life, and it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I'm very thankful for that.
I can remember, 10 years ago, my mom talking about us kids going to college and saying, study abroad is a must thing that you have to do, because my mom and my dad never got the opportunity to go to college, so the fact that I'm a first-generation college student studying abroad in Europe is just an accomplishment in itself.
I have to thank my parents for sending me here and giving me this opportunity, and also both professors for just giving us the chance to do this, and for everyone for being here. Great group of people.
But I loved every minute of it. The girls became super, super close, and it was a really great trip, and I would do it all over again in a heartbeat.